It is pointless to resist.
What's up, everyone? Welcome to another edition of the Starlight Digest, a podcast bringing you line talk and digesting Star Wars topics over 1,000 years. I'm your host, Darth Moocher. I've got Scott Solo here.
What's up, nerds?
Grand Admiral Franz is here with us.
Sup?
And we'll leave a space for Ernie right around over there somewhere. We'll leave him when he comes over. So,
down there.
This is episode 275 being recorded on September. Yeah, wow. 275. It kind of is a milestone, right? 275. It's one of those.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Kind of anniversary numbers, but it's been a long.
It's the first time we've been there.
You know what?
You're not wrong.
You're right. It is September 4th, 2024. And before we get into so much Star Wars stuff to talk about, we've got I'll kick it over to Scott so he can shout out our Shadow Council plus everybody who's being digested in the pit.
I got this. I'll take it from here. So, hey, welcome back, everybody. Glad you're here. Glad you can make it. Special shout out to our Shadow Council. That is AJ from the Forbidden Panel, Brandon and Anya Epler, Brian C., Cliff, Commander Cook, Dennis. I skipped right over Crystal, didn't I? Crystal E., then Dennis McGrath. Wow. Don the Dad Dorn, Eric Grubb, Flavy Davy, formerly of the Nerds with Attitude. We had a chance to hang out with Flavy Davy the other night after the big meetup with the Toy Migos. That was a lot of fun getting caught up with him.
Always good.
It's been a minute. Yeah, absolutely. We've also got Gavin Connor. We've got Justin the Vanilla Thunder, Luke, a.k.a. Lob Collects, Mervine Bolanos, Matt Logic, who was also at the gathering of Toy Migos. It was awesome getting to meet him for the first time. That was rad. We've got Muftak is back, Nicholas Schaefer, Obi-Sean Kenobi, Papa Schmitty, Ryan, and the Star Joe's podcast. If you, yes, you, dear listener or dear viewer, want to join the Patreon crew, our Shadow Council, just scan that QR code right there or go to patreon.com/Sarlacc Digest Podcast and donate a couple of bucks. We really appreciate it. And it goes right back into the production of the show and maybe my eventual speech therapy. I don't know.
If there's time.
Yeah, right. Currently we are currently gobbling down Gordon Skalski.
Yes.
Don the Dad Dorn, not Don the Dud Dorn. I'm telling you, speech therapy would really work for me right now. My words, dude. Rhino Hobbies. Talk about a cool dude. We hung out with Rhino Hobbies. He can cook a mean sirloin steak, I tell you.
Oh, yeah.
Damn. We're coming over to Rhino Hobby's house next time. We've also got Gavin Connor in there from the Holy Hour podcast right there. We've got Hal Runner Bass. We've got Basil G. And Rick Jones. What's up, Rick Jones?
All right.
Don't mosh in the pit. My father-in-law, I don't think he could handle a mosh pit.
Yeah, he's a big dude. He could just stand there.
John's big enough to handle himself.
Yeah, exactly.
He's himself. Just kind of cross his arms and nudge people whenever they come around.
Just stiff
Hey,
arm
Felipe, what's up?
Nice. Yeah. So, of course, everybody's here to talk about Star Wars, right? We have 90 days away from Skeleton Crew. So we're currently in line for that. We're not going to talk about Skeleton Crew because until we get some more information down the line.
Tease.
But
we're only like 97 or maybe 104 days away then from Hondo, I'm sure.
Yeah, at least by, I would say, for a New Year's special. Like after, it'll be like here. Oh,
the last thing of the year. That's how we leave.
That. Yeah. It's like that last present. Like, oh, here we go. Obi-Wan Chingon is checking in.
What's up, Obi-Wan?
Has any of you guys have been hearing anything or been playing Star Wars Outlaws? Like anybody? Anybody in the pit or anything?
No.
Yeah,
I've seen some screenshots. I guess a lot of people are walking around with their character and like taking screenshots, almost like selfies.
Yeah.
So they're on all these planets and they're taking screenshots, like hunkered down next to animals and creatures and droids, just because you can just walk around and take random shots. It's
definitely. I got a chance to play a little bit. I know my son Michael. He's in on it. He is actually enjoying it a lot. The scenery is beautiful. Like I said, the gameplay is beautiful. It's a good game. If you ever guys get a chance to kind of delve into it a little bit, it throws you into this little side mission thing, but it gives you a lot of like what the time is in between Empire and Return, and you interact with Kira, Jabba the Hutt. There's a ton of Easter eggs. I know that there's been some like people out there complaining about like the graphics or whatever, but everything I've seen is pretty.
I'm sorry, people complaining about Star Wars?
Yeah. The only thing I could think of, because you look at Iden Versio, right, and she looked just like the actress that played her.
Yes,
like really close. And this one doesn't look anything like the actress.
No, this is.
But the graphics did look a little dumbed down, especially from what was there. But as long as the gameplay is there and the story's there, but oddly enough, and maybe this is me again, and it is at this point, I'm a male chauvinist pig. I know I am. I can't even hide it.
It's good to put that out there.
You just have to put that right. I can't. I mean, I'm not gonna. I buy every other Star Wars game immediately on day of launch. I didn't buy this one, so what's that tell me? I'm not interested in it, right? I can't see it. Dude, every screenshot I see, she's dressed like Han. I don't need that.
Oh no, it gets, these are unlockable outfits, and
don't do that.
And you can be Lando. You can have Lando gear. You can have Imperial gear. It's all these unlocks and everything. Anyway,
I will get to it. It wasn't a matter of that. It was just my matter of rushing to it. Was weird. I will get it and play it.
I didn't buy it. I didn't play it because I am not a gamer. That is my only excuse. I'm not a gamer.
No.
but
That was
what I have seen looks great. It looks interesting. I want to know, because there's been a lot. I mean, there was 3 years worth of comic books that have
Right.
covered that space, right? The space between Empire and Return of the Jedi. They're still in that space right now in the regular Star Wars comic. They haven't moved out of that era just yet. I want to know if this story intertwines with any of that.
No,
It doesn't.
it's your own person.
So,
No, it's
I was
what's
curious because
Yeah.
so much of that story was the War of the Bounty Hunters, where they were
Right.
trying to get Han Solo and
Right.
take Han Solo from Boba Fett. And I know Jabba, and I saw Han and Carbonite in some of the
Yeah.
screenshots.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure if they interacted with one another. And
No,
you said
no, this is
Hera too. So,
so you've
Yeah.
got a completely separate story dealing with the same characters going after Han.
no, you're not
Or
going
dealing-
after
or
Han.
you, or
at
you
all.
see Han.
Yeah.
I mean, right?
You just
see
it's an Easter egg. Han is there as a
Yeah.
decoration, but you're getting some quests from Jabba the Hutt himself and everything. It's just like I said, it's a what a video
good.
game should do. It shouldn't really bring any kind of lore or canon because it's very niche,
Right.
right?
Oh,
Just
good.
like
right.
Good.
a novel of whatever. So, but it is a fun little interactive thing, and yeah, you kind of forget that you're playing the character you are. You're just kind of enthralled in the story. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
No,
Is it
only
only
half
PS?
security, but
Is
I
it only
just-
PS5?
No, it's on. I believe it's on Steam, not Steam, but PC, of course, and PS5. I think it's those two. I'm not sure if it's on Xbox.
Okay.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Anybody who knows?
I've only got a PS4, so I'm way and it's my DVD player. So
Yeah. Oh, mine too.
Yeah.
No, I'm sorry. It is on Xbox. Yeah, because that's
okay.
Mikey's been
That's
playing
what
on it.
Mikey
Xbox One. Yeah. So Xbox, PS5, and the most powerful gaming system ever is the PC. Sorry. Not sorry. Matt Logic checking in evening. Oh,
what's up, buddy?
again, Matt. Great to see you this weekend.
Great
Rhino
hanging
was
out with you,
awesome.
man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rhino Hobbies. I'm trying to justify buying a PS5. I mean, yeah, I haven't bought any of the new consoles just because, again, I'm a PC gamer. But my old one is my DVD player and my video on demand stuff. So.
I have a PS5, and it's mostly for my streaming. It really is.
Is it?
Yeah.
I play every once in a while and stuff, but I'll play with the kids. We'll play golf, right? And little stress-free game of golf or some shit like that, but nothing major.
Sure. Yeah. But as I get more into it, I should do like a report on Outlaws and see if it gets wherever it's at, and if there's anything to take away from it to bring into our talk, of course
Yeah.
I will report that. But right now it's just a fun.
This weekend.
It's just, like I said, it's a fun way to play. I mean, you're in that scum and villainy world. You get to kind of experience it that way without moving a Star Wars story. The timeline in. It's kind of like fun to escape
Okay,
a little
good.
bit. But
No,
But yeah.
I mean, because the thing is, we worry so much about canon, and you throw in another game, and you got so many books and so many comics and stuff were out now. They thrown out a lot of stuff. To throw in another game that mattered would have kind of sucked, especially in that time frame. Because I was already wondering what was going on. So
yeah, what can they retcon now, right?
right.
All right. Well, I mean, as far as Star Wars news and everything, that's like the big thing that's happening right now, right? I mean, that's the new game's out and it's going to marinate a while. We've got time for Skeleton Crew to kind of get through, and as we get into the holidays season stuff, the Lego movie we've got coming out
I'm excited
soon.
about that.
Yeah, that's going to be cool though, to kind of just sit back and have fun with something, right? Yeah. Let's see. Hell Runner, isn't Jedi Survivor coming to PS5, Xbox One this month? Outlaws might eventually do the same. Outlaws is already on PS5 and Xbox One. I don't know about Jedi Survivor. I'm not up to speed on that. I should know.
I could play it on the 5, but I think it just transferred over from the 4.
Okay. Yeah. Well, guys, guess what we brought back for this special segment? I mean, we always have fun when we do this. We always put a bunch of topics on a wheel and we spin it and see what happens, and we just kind of open talk it. And of course, everybody in the pit, open talk this up and see where this is going to go, and just have some fun as we are in between content and Star Wars talk. Let's sit back and have some fun with it.
And also, if you guys have any topics, feel free to put them in the chat. We can, if they don't end up on this wheel, they can end up on the next wheel that we utilize also.
Yeah.
So feel free to share any ideas you might have.
Yeah. All right, then. Well, Scott, let's bring up the wheel and let's spin it.
You got it. So we have on the wheel. I didn't even count how many topics we've got. So we're just going to go ahead and hit spin.
Yep, let's
and
just do it.
Let's just do it, man. So here we go. Ooh, what's it going to land on? What's it going to land on? Oh, it is your favorite stuff. Your favorite Star Wars moment. So this is, original trilogy, sequel trilogy, prequel trilogy, animated. What is your favorite Star Wars moment?
Oh man.
Yeah.
Who wants to go first?
I'm not going first. I need prep time. Hold on.
Okay, now I'm gonna make
how this works.
Yeah,
right.
We should make a rule of like what this encompasses. I think it's just Star Wars in general, from the entire Star. It could be from EU.
Yeah, Star Wars period.
Yeah, Star Wars umbrella of everything.
Yeah.
I mean, Star Wars moment.
I've got two that I'm trying to narrow it down. So I'll start here with the one that immediately pops into my head. And that is Luke Skywalker hanging onto the not the scaffolding, but that pole on Bespin saying, Darth Vader, Obi-Wan never told you what happened to your father. You told me enough. He told me you killed him. I am your father. That line right there, just saying it gives me goosebumps,
Yeah.
That moment for me is my favorite Star Wars moment. I do have a second one, but I'll stick with that. We'll go on.
What's your second one
next?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. My second one is honestly, it's Kanan sacrificing his life to save Ezra, Hera, Sabine.
Yeah.
That moment on top of that fuel depot in Rebel season 4. The episode Jedi Knight. Was it Jedi Knight? Is that the name of the episode?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. That moment where he regains his sight, the clarity of that moment, and he's able to see his loved ones one more time before he's killed and he sacrifices himself.
Yeah.
God, that moment again, goosebumps. Just heart-wrenching.
There's so many moments of Jedi being Jedi and doing things for the greater good, or selfless acts and everything. And that's like, again, those are like the pillars of Star Wars sometimes. Like, there's these things that other movies do that Star Wars does so much better when they do it better, right? And those moments when, especially in I'm going to say newer cartoon versus our whole existence of Star Wars, that being something that they still can kind of put forward, I think it's great. And we still might see something like that in the future, with Ahsoka or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I'll go. I'll let you finish, Mooch. And then,
cool.
Oddly enough, and you would think it'd be all dark stuff, right? And none of the dark stuff pops out at me.
Yeah.
The one that I'd put it's a weird one, but it always sticks in my head as a cool ass, badass moment was right after Qui-Gon died. I love how Obi-Wan yells, but the next time you see him, he's sitting there bouncing pissed.
Yeah.
Because I just have it in my head that Obi-Wan right there is in the dark side. Like he's letting loose of his rage. He's about to come in. That's when that fight hits him and Darth Maul. And that's why he can hang toe to toe with him for a second, because he's letting all of his anger out. That's how I'm reading that whole thing. Right. And I think I remember the reaction we all had in the theater. And when we got that first behind the back block, backwards, shit themselves. Right. And I think every time I see that, and I still speed up to those moments, right. In the Duel of the Fates, I think that, for some reason, that sticks out in my head every time we talk about moments. So I think that has to be at the top. The other one would be Kanan, but not that one. It would be his reveal.
No,
I like when he comes out.
Oh yeah,
I get crazy chills right before that scene and during that scene. I love it. With I'm about to let everybody out on the secret kid. Like, get out of here.
I mean, it really kicked off that series. Like,
really did. What we're doing, and Callus's reaction and his slow the Jedi.
So good.
Really good stuff in a cartoon, dude. I probably could have picked 4 or 5 things in that.
Dude,
absolutely.
That's why it's very hard to be like the ultimate one, right? But
last night I was watching the episode where it was Ahsoka versus Vader, and that moment where she nails his helmet and she hears Anakin's voice come out and her eyes just pop open and she
See, I'd be in that same part, but I'd be at the part right before when Vader shows up to Ezra on the TIE Fighter.
Riding the TIE Fighter.
Same damn episode, dude. We're like big ass iconic neat moments, whether it's emotional or just like whoa,
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Welcome,
Ernie?
Ernie the Fallen Fett.
How you doing?
We're doing our wheel spin, and it landed on favorite Star Wars moments, like of all time. What would be? Think about it for a second. I'm going to hit the chat here, but what would be your ultimate favorite Star Wars moment? And I bet you it's something from Boba Fett. Coming.
I do not.
A moment, or do I just answer Book of?
Yeah,
Fett?
yeah. Just Book of
Well,
Fett
then
was
you'd
the
be
moment.
lying. You'd be lying if that was the
Right.
case. So you know.
Yeah. Rick Jones has his Ahsoka Tano refuses to return the Jedi. Yeah, that was powerful. That was
Yeah.
like something where I mean, you would think like I'm not returning. These guys betrayed me or didn't have my back. So and her
Even
leaving
Anakin chases her,
yeah.
right? Like it's like, come on, man.
I felt great for Ahsoka and very sad for Anakin. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like yeah.
the piece of his wall.
Yeah.
Well,
You know,
I'll
like,
run
just
her.
building it up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hal Runner Base says my favorite moment for Cal Kestis in Fallen Order when he is getting his Kyber Crystal and BD1 plays that message from Eno Cordova. Yeah. Everybody dreams of getting their lightsaber. Yeah.
So what you got, Ernie?
I would have to say, of course, there's lots of Boba Fett and like that, but honestly, I think one of the coolest moments that I thought was actually Rebels animation version of hearing Luke in the
Oh, yeah.
background,
Twin
and to
Sons
see
episode?
that
Yeah.
play, and I feel that I don't know, like you hear it, and it just like
Yeah.
tied so much together. Like, oh my God, this was going on.
Great.
Kind of
moment.
gives you a giddy feeling, doesn't it?
Wow.
Like,
Y-
"Ooh, I know
yeah.
what's going on.
Yeah.
It's all connected. He's watching over. You know, it's like
Yeah.
this is
Correct.
what should be happening. Wow.
Correct.
There we are in
Yeah.
that moment in time.
That was the Darth Maul fight. Like
Yeah.
Everybody's
everything
got
to-
a Rebels
to know that. Oh, really? Was it? That's
Yeah.
that's
so
amazing.
far. Yeah.
What a
Yeah.
great show because of that. All this was
Yeah.
going on in our Star Wars, and it added to it. I think I heard you saying about Vader on
On the TIE fighter.
no. Oh, I thought you were
well,
talking
that
about
too,
Rogue
yeah.
One.
Oh, the hallway. Vader's
no,
hallway
that was
scene.
Vader hallway scene?
Oh no.
That added to our Star Wars episode
Sure.
4.
Yeah.
But it did. But that Rebels moment just to me was like, I'll never forget it. Like I stood up and stared at the TV, like almost teared up.
Yeah,
And I don't know why. I was arms crossed, just looking at it, just because the way everything came together. Like it was just, it was the perfect Luke,
Yeah.
Yeah.
everything that was there, and you're like, oh my God. So
Yeah.
he was there. This is going on. So yeah, I think that. I mean, it was just so much of the, like we always say, when it just ties everything together more.
That was
Yeah.
such a well-written episode between the fight and the talk
Yes.
about the chosen one with Maul before
Yeah.
he dies. You know, he'll avenge us, and they tie it all. I mean, to the Luke. It's just
Yes.
a brilliant.
Yeah.
It was.
At the very least, the Tatooine parts.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah.
It just makes it more when it adds to our story, and it's so long after, right? Of how does he do that? But he does. He's done it a couple times, and he's really into
Yeah.
it. And I think that's why we have so much faith in him and in what it is, because when you get it like that, and you can add these certain moments to our story, that's us. Even for people, that's us. That's our Star Wars. Oh,
Of course.
this was
Yeah.
going on. I think that just makes it more meaningful. So yeah, that's my part.
Nice.
Cool.
Of
Very
that.
cool.
Rhino Hobbies has his Vader enters a tentative 4 hallway. I remember that scene vividly at 4-year-olds. Yeah, that the music behind it, the menacing, like, what is this? So,
Dun,
The
dun,
black
Yeah.
suit in that white hallway. Just
Yeah. It's great.
Mm.
It's great. Let's see. I just want to go before I hit mine up real fast. Yeah. Felipe says mine was Kylo stopped a laser blast with the Force, and it was just wow to me. Yeah, first time ever. Didn't know that that's a thing. In fact, when we were
That's
watching,
cool.
I was like, "What's going on?" Like, that's a what is that? Like, I was kind of like confused at first,
That was
going,
neat.
"Is that a laser blast?" And then it released it at the end. That was
To release
That
it when
was-
he walked away. That was
Yeah.
yeah.
Basil G is Yoda's X-wing lesson for Empire Strikes Back. That is
Yeah.
what that was. If
just the music, man. Oh, dude.
the what
Yeah.
Oh, the
what
music
I'm gonna
elevates
say
it.
that would have been almost my second one. Me and Yoda and Dagobah and all that stuff.
Mhm.
But that is
He's got a lot to make
perfect.
up for knowing the
Well,
Sith have been around for like 200 years. And,
that scene is Star Wars. That is the epitome of Star Wars from every lesson and what
Yeah,
it's just so good.
love it.
We've got OG Revenite checking in. What's up, man?
What's up, bud?
Kevin Connor, I love you. I know. More accurately, full Empire finale.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Mine is the calm before the storm scene of all time, which is Luke staring off in the twin suns, right? That moment where he's stuck in this world and he's a dreamer, right? He's dreams for something different. And little did he know the next day was going to be the beginning of the end of the world he knew. And he's thrust into the Star Wars story properly and becomes the hero and all that stuff, the hero's journey, right? How he just kind of goes for there. And I always take pause of that moment because that's the pause before shit goes down, like before everything, before Star Wars takes off. And I always kind of I think we've all related to some sort of moments in our lives with that kind of tomorrow's going to be different kind of deal, not knowing it. But for the good, I don't know if it was good for Luke or bad for, he was just kind of forced into this world, but that to me still, I can pause it and be like, there it is. That's be as a 1-year-old, 5-year-old, 8-year-old, 10, even a 48-year-old, still do that. So, yeah.
Right,
that's
great. That's great.
All
right,
let's do another.
Shall we do this again?
It's so hard.
Or we can go through or we can go through another 50 because I'm down for moment talk. I mean, honest to God, we can go episode by episode.
That's what I'm saying. We could
by show.
Moment from this, moment from that. It's so hard to pinpoint because it's hard to commit.
The Clone Wars has so many seasons. The Mandalorian has a bunch. Ahsoka.
Yeah.
The Acolyte has some. I mean, and Mandalorian's Boba Fett scene, right? I mean, Jesus, so many things. Oh yeah.
All right. If you had your choice, what would you prefer? A Darth Bane live action show or a Darth Bane animated show? Please discuss.
While you're thinking about that, I'm going to hit up Gray Jedi 22. He's checking in. His is Luke's rage to defeat Vader, only to put it in check and throws a saber. So be it, Jedi. Yeah, great.
Great move.
Also, Dr. Brantley is checking in too. His part was Luke being over the Starlight Pit, the music, the flip, all hell breaking loose. Yeah.
And that really subtle salute and the nod from everybody.
I will have to tell you what is
love it.
That's always lived for us, right? But damn it, then you start seeing the Family Guy stuff, and now that
I know done.
Yeah. And now that stays forever.
For like 2 minutes, right?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. All right.
I always get a trip about Lando for no reason pulling his mask down when we first see him. For us, right? There's like zero reason for that.
Jabba,
no one's
staring at him. And Jabba even calls him Lando. He says Lando's name. Yeah, he says Lando's name right there. And
he does.
I don't
Lando,
think it's Lando's
bring her
name.
to me.
Yeah,
listen to it, dude.
No,
he says Lando.
Yeah,
you think?
But I think it's a hut tease. The kind of like
I don't think
mimicking the sound
there.
Lando, but it's not. I mean, he knows who Lando Calrissian is. Because,
everybody does.
Yeah, so
I'm gonna go watch it.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys. No, but I mean, right there, he's telling him to bring Leia to him, and it's
Chris, let's go watch it.
Chris, I'm gonna go watch.
Hold on, I have to pee.
Bring it to me, Lando.
Well, that's a good point to go back and revisit that. All right, Darth Bane. There's people in our chat that is animated. One's Rhino Hobbies live action. Gordon Douglas Tupper, animated, but then Douglas Tupper says anime. Interesting because there's animation and then there's anime style, right? Yeah.
They just did a Rick and Morty anime. I couldn't get through 5 minutes.
No, did they?
I can't do it. But
anime could be cool because it's stylized in a way that's just more action packed, whatever. But then animation, because of what we've seen and what the Lucasfilm team's doing, is just like, come on.
I think my gut tells me I want live action movie. Right, like a trilogy of films. I don't want it on TV. I don't want any chance of a TV looking budget unless they're going to do it like Game of Thrones quality look. Right. Same with the Old Republic stuff. It has to be films unless they're going to really, really go for it.
Yeah.
Animated, you can do anything. It doesn't really worry about the actor you choose. You just use the voice, right? Lower budget. You can do a lot of stuff behind the scenes and quietly and quick. We can get the whole story in 2 years, probably.
Yep.
Yeah.
They don't draw it out, but
like
I think the animated way, and as much as we're talking about Rebels right there, it just makes you realize that's probably the best way to tell a really, really cool story.
Yes.
And get us all to like it.
Yeah.
As
I'm
long as
agreeing
the
with you.
writing staff is there. Yeah.
See, and I've casted Bane so many times in my head that I forget. And I know we've talked about it too, doing Old Republic and Bane animated, but I think that's probably the ticket. But you gotta do Big Bane, right? Not the one we saw in Clone Wars.
Yeah.
Like I didn't feel like that was
Phantom. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't dig that one at all. So hopefully they
No,
Rick, interesting.
I 100% agree. I do think that it should be animated whenever we do get there. I think that, like we were saying, like I think it was Dr. Brantley said, you can do more in scale, scope. You can even get a little crazier with the force powers, right? You can get a little more stylized, they do in the Clone Wars, and you can do those jumps, those crazy ass jumps where they're falling from like way high and land. It just makes it lends itself to more Star Wars moments. I think
it's easier with the bigger armies, right? Budget wise, everything to pull off,
right? And it's also hard. I really do think it's harder to piss people off whenever it's animated. You really kind of got to try to piss people off with animated, especially the way they work their animated series.
Right.
They all, I mean, Bad Batch notwithstanding, because it never really went anywhere. And we had some great moments in it, but it didn't live up to the Clone Wars or or Rebels, right?
Yeah.
But at the same time, it wasn't Resistance either. So it was.
It did what it was supposed to do, right? And that was the weird part. I think we just thought it should do more. It did what it was set out to do, and then we were just like, shit. That's what it was supposed to do.
Yeah. Live action Bane would make me nervous.
Yeah.
Because, and I'll say this because of how they did with the Inquisitors and all that stuff, I feel like it's going to be very, like that. Like the aesthetics are going to get in the way of the look itself. But again, they did Cad Bane great. They could do stuff, but I'm in the camp of anime, not animation.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
So you're right, because for every live action Cad Bane, we have a live action Grand Inquisitor.
Exactly. And that is like this way they can draw them better. I don't know. I feel they can just, hey, oh, here he is, and instead of trying to match it and then cut corners in the way like the Grand Inquisitor was cut. You know what I mean? Like that.
But is he the only one? I think he's the only one that came over and we didn't like. Right?
Like I said, Cad Bane came out great.
He was easy, right?
Like Cad Bane came out great. Yeah.
And Chrysanthemum, but also the other Inquisitor, the brother, the fifth brother. He was too small, because rewatching Rebels, the fifth brother
massive.
Is huge. I mean, he is massive.
Yeah.
The actor did fine. The actor did great, especially with the accent and all that. It did great. But the scale, the size of him, he was dwarfed by everybody else on screen.
That's how you got to play that animation deal, right? Like they just played him up in the animation, like almost like an animation is like somebody telling the story exaggerated.
Yeah.
Hence the jumps and the scale and Vader throwing two ATSTs off him,
Exactly. Well, Rick Jones has something interesting too. I don't know how well it'll fly, but he's saying my answer is that Bane is in Legends no show. Like keep him.
He's in canon too.
Yeah, he's in canon, just like Revan's in canon, right? Like the name and he exists, right? But
we've seen him on the holocron, and Yoda called him out by name.
But it wasn't that
invented the Rula too.
But wasn't it the Lost episodes, right?
Doesn't matter.
It's season 6.
Season 6.
Yeah.
And he said, "I know who you are. You're Darth Bane, the creator of the Rula too." He
done by voiced by Mark Hamill.
Yeah.
So
he's plenty canon. It's just a matter of showing him and not in that thin build with that weird helmet.
Yeah, it's interesting though. I mean, he like it makes me think when he says something like that. Look, maybe I would reframe it as like just keep Bane as is, and we move forward. We don't get a Bane trilogy, right?
Just leave him where he's at. Don't screw with perfection.
Yeah, and we can reference it like Bane from the Rule of Two, and we can do all these things like reference it back and forth, but never have a on-screen presence.
Yeah, there is a point to be made about that probably being the best idea.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Just because we're all, how we all are.
Like I said, as exciting as that could be, we're always nervous too. It's like,
or are we more critical of the things that we've never
Probably.
seen before? Hence the new characters in the sequels, the acolyte, things like that, right? But when you throw in stuff from Legends, as long as you're giving it a good, honest effort, hence Thrawn, right? Like we'll use Thrawn in there. We're all cool with it, right? As long as it's there and it's somewhat recognizable. I get a Chimera, I get a Thrawn, I've seen Rook, all these things, but they're not in the right order, place, anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
But
they also had a good setup with Rebels. With Rebels, they did the great setup for that. So I mean, we had there was a little bit of front loading whenever it came to Grand Admiral Thrawn, right? I'm afraid if he showed up now, where they sit at the moment, it wouldn't quite work, because we would be expecting
need a build up, right? Because he starts the story. He's the 2,000 years.
It would be It would be a reason for him to, like, the whole Sith Civil War and all that stuff. There would be like a prologue or something that and in fact you could probably do it in a prologue or a crawl, and
you just meet him in the Cortosis mine after the prologue, after the crawl or whatever it does, and you meet him
you kind of get thrust
goes.
in the story, and you just kind of go forward from it. The time where Sith were many, there's kind of going forward. That could be interesting.
Yeah. I get what you're saying though. They kind of led us to the Thrawn heir to the Empire change, right?
Yeah.
And they wouldn't just lead us to this change, but there's nothing really to set that stage. Just got to do it. And I mean, really, there's not much to. Why screw it up? That's one you could just do almost as it
verbatim. Yeah, exactly.
And if you're in a cartoon, you can pull off a thought bomb and call it a thought bomb.
Yeah. Yes.
You don't have to change anything.
Yeah.
Live action, that has to get changed. That's silly.
It's such a silly name. Yeah.
It is, but in animation, that would work.
It would work. Yeah. But did Bane really have? Was there a setup for Bane though, or did the book Bane just happen?
Just
the
happened.
first book.
They started with him in the mines,
right?
And then
there was no lead up to it, so they could do the exact same thing in whatever this is. You don't,
like
need
I said,
a
crawl can bring kind of set the stage, and then you right in there.
Good to go.
Most of the chat is agreeing about animation style, animation, but
Rhino Hobbies brought up the animated or the anime TIE Fighter.
Yes, that style
thing is
again
spectacular. Yeah. Ernie, what did you think? Because you didn't say, did you?
Because I liked everybody's idea, so I want it all. Let's do a movie that then goes to an animated series for 2 years, and you end it with anime for just the whole just over the top.
But an animated theatrical
action. No, theatrical, animation, anime.
Just encompass the whole thing.
Just take
it all.
And that's what I think they need to do with the Old Republic.
And video game.
Is just make it the new timeline and do everything in there.
Comics.
Yeah, like a media blitz on a trilogy, right? Like
we're gonna Shadows of the Empire, this bastard.
We'll have a whole soundtrack. We're gonna have well, cool.
There we go. Cliff. End with claymation. Subvert expectations.
Nice.
Oh my God.
Welcome, Cliff. Yes. Also, welcome, Great Jedi 22. Yeah. Welcome, Alexander Storm.
What's up,
aggressively. You just mentioned Shadows. I got more depressed now because we got this video game and all that Crimson Reign crap all during that. I'm never getting anything Shadows of the Empire.
No.
No.
Well, it's jam packed between Empire and
Return. Remember when we were even looking for Dash Rendar's vehicle in that last scene?
Outrider?
We thought it would be there too. Yeah.
It's got to be there. I mean,
it's in the new Star Wars Unlimited set. The Outrider, or not the Outrider itself, but the ship that model,
but not the Outrider though.
I saw it in Mooch's new deck that he bought at Frankenstein's the other day.
Mooch's new deck is so cool. It's so big,
isn't he? He's got the biggest deck.
It's a thick deck for sure.
It is really thick. Yeah. It's really, really powerful too. It's the most powerful deck.
Guys.
Are you talking about the Master Vader?
Yes. Yeah, the Master Vader deck. Yeah,
Master Vader deck.
Yeah.
Woo! All right.
Well,
he whips that out, and I'm just like,
we also got Santo 1414 checking in.
What's up, buddy?
Yeah, so it's many possibilities, but I guess the grand question is, just because we can doesn't mean we should. And I think that's an important thing to put down on probably on a lot of Star Wars properties, right? A lot of subject matters. I say no with Old Republic because I think it could be done very well, but something like that. I mean, I'm there. First off, we're all there for it, whatever it is. But again, could we handle our Bane trilogy vices or our wants in other things by just mentioning things or bringing stuff in that's kind of in the world of
bring
it, right?
stuff in, and then what would be really cool one day? They never is just say, hey, you know what? The Bane trilogy's canon, and just call it canon, and then just let us have it.
Yeah,
just give us a little something. Just
like I would love them to be like Darth Plagueis book, boom. But I know there's
Yeah.
things already,
especially right now. That would be the way
Yeah.
to fix everything,
Yeah.
right? Oh no, you can't, because then you got to explain the gap, the transition.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's messy now. You lost that one, buddy. But I can still get Bane
For now.
Yeah.
for now.
Just wait. We don't know what Dawn of the Jedi is, right? Are they going to go? How far back are they going to go? They're going to
35,000 years.
35,000 years. Yeah, that's way.
That's what
Maybe-
they said. That's what they said.
Yeah.
I don't trust them.
Well,
It's
I mean,
the
that was
Dawn
on
of
the
the Jedi.
timeline.
It's
That
I
was
know,
on
I
the
know.
yeah. It was on the
I know.
the canon timeline.
Yeah.
Whatever they said. So
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see.
But I do think we all love the animation styles and more
Yeah,
stuff
that's the
like that.
best
So bring it on with the anime. Like I said,
Right on.
there's some
Honestly,
cool
I'd like animated continuations of our legacy heroes if they're ever going to do that. No more movies without
Mhm.
animated.
I would take that too.
Absolutely.
Absolutely would take
no
that.
sense not to.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's
All right,
how
are we
you-
ready to
Yeah,
do
oh,
this
you know
again?
what? Oh, there you go. You
What?
CGI them a little bit into this Heir of the Empire thing, and then take the story sideways into some animation, so you can get all the big adventure with that crew, knowing that they're.
There you
in.
go.
I mean, I know they're not doing it because we're already set in this world, but they should have done that.
By the way, did you see that the actress that plays Sabine? She was interviewed this week, and they're going to start filming Ahsoka in the summertime of 2025. So
Yeah.
we are not going to see
Push back a
Ahsoka
little bit.
season. Yeah.
So
we're not
that
gonna see it.
means so we can probably comfortably say Mando Grogu movie, and it's at the time frame, and could be this side mission, and it could be
Mhm.
It
this
was
thing
brings
that
them all together, and
something
then
like
we're
that,
In
yeah.
Ahsoka's world, and then we're at the finale.
because we were
however,
talking about
how
that,
long they
right?
film.
Like it is actually important what comes first.
Did
Ahsoka
Ernie leave
2 or-
because we got too close to something right there?
I think so. I
Such
think so.
BS.
But I think that
Where
gives
do they
us.
get this stuff? Is my mic still on? Mic's still on. Oh,
Yes.
I do believe that
Sorry.
we're probably looking at least Christmas 2026 before we see Ahsoka season
2. Yeah.
Ahsoka season 2, at least. So
Yeah. I would think so. It's and that's also promised the other movie, the Rey movie too. It's the end of 2026.
yeah.
Again,
we
that's
go.
their schedule, right? It's whatever their schedule, and then the real schedule. Who knows
Right.
what they really say
Right.
and what they mean. Yeah.
So do we want to spin this again, or
Yeah,
what,
let's
what
do
we
it. Let's see if we can get to answer Cliff's question.
Yeah, I know.
It's on
the
This
wheel.
is actually on the wheel. So
It
if not, we
is,
could
it
probably just
is.
go to it. We'll
No,
probably
that's,
go
not how
to
the
it
wheel,
anyway.
that's not how the wheel works.
That isn't how the wheel works.
You
we're
make
just
up
trying to
rules.
stop
All
it with this
What do we
finger
got?
right
What do we
now.
got?
Hey, look,
Oh, this is controversial.
Hmm.
If you could fix one thing in the prequels, what would it
the
be?
prequels?
In the prequels, what
I
would it
know
be?
what I would fix. I have it right here. I would not have Anakin as a slave. I wouldn't have that whole plot point. I would have him as just a rogue Jedi that was seduced by the dark side. I wouldn't get. I take episode 1, you take the politics on it, bring it into episode 2, and you start the trilogy at episode 2, kind of moving forward. That's just my thing. I never really
So
thought
not
it was
necessarily starting off as a 10-year-old, but starting off as a Padawan or a Jedi Knight himself, actually
Yeah.
being corrupted.
like
That's I
right
think,
into
where
the
we all
Clone
thought it was
Wars.
gonna go.
Yeah, right into the Clone Wars. And that's where, of course, because of the Clone Wars series, he got the corruption, he got seduced, all that stuff was going on. And I just felt like it was too that convenience, like we got the Tatooine, Anakin's here as a slave and whatever. And it was just kind of like weird,
Mhm.
like maybe too many things. I would take away the midichlorians and I would take him for him being
Stop
the
it!
chosen
You're
one.
taking away everybody else's.
But
Come
that's
on,
all.
man.
No, that's all the episode 1. Like what I'm saying, like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, that would be mine. Just take away that whole Anakin's origins
So
and
take
just
away
put
half
him
of
right in.
episode 1.
Pretty much.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
They're on Tatooine a long time.
I know. But I like the pod race, so
Mostly
I can't
pod
take away
racing.
too much of it. Just have
Honestly,
it on TV.
Honestly, my
Make them
my
longer.
change make them longer. Okay.
That's great.
My change would be to remove the midichlorians out of it. It took something that was it took the fantasy, the magic fantasy out of it and gave it a biological origin.
The physical force rather than the physical.
Right. And to me, it was always, I grew up, and we've had this discussion before. I grew up thinking, man, if I think really hard, I can make that lightsaber come into my hand, right? Because I could be a Jedi.
I changed my answer to that.
The midichlorians,
because
the midichlorians make it
Jedi now.
But that follows what I'm saying, though, that if they weren't midichlorians, if it was just magic that you could learn, and maybe some are more attuned to it than others, I just think that the midichlorians it was a plot device. It was almost like the MacGuffin, right? The midichlorians was the MacGuffin that he must be the chosen one because his platelet count is really high.
Manipulate to create life. Yeah, I understood.
It's interesting because I felt like there was an issue. I know I had an issue with Sabine just being able to try to learn the Force. But here we are talking about the midichlorians explain it, right? Like it's not okay that I could just use the Force. It's not okay that I could train myself to be able to use it. There's got to be some reason. So do I like the explanation of they can use a razor and check yourself for some midichlorians? No, but being a conduit, it's not the Force itself, right?
It was the midichlorians that gave you the attune into the Force sensitivity.
More whatever in your blood. And I don't hate it, but I get you. I get you totally. Because it just took something fancy, made it science.
I think because we understand it how it is now and how it plays out, and like we were saying, I think that we have accepted it in a way where it's like, all right, cool, but at that moment too, what the heck? Like it's like that because again, you've taken the mythology out of, you've taken the mystery and the science or the spirituality of the Force out of it, and you're adding science into it. And I'm okay with that in real life, but Star Wars is so different. Yeah.
But at the same time, also it's given us a lot of fun adventures on the side, just knowing that is part of the thing, right? The whole taking Grogu because you can capture something with that M count, they're trying to replicate the Emperor with it. And so it's led to cool stories after the fact. But I tell you what, that initial shock, watching the Phantom Menace was it was a lot to take in, at that point in time. I'm like, ooh, yay, wait, what? Why are we Star Trekking my Star Wars? Quit making it biological.
Josh B is agreeing with us. No midichlorians, however it's spelled. Yeah, we got it. Rick Jones is saying Jar Jar Binks changed to a Wookiee character.
I used to think that's a great idea.
But still being still having the plot of Jar Jar, but a Wookiee.
No,
it would have to be a lot more serious.
Yeah, more serious.
We'd be the Wookiee with the speech impediment from Air. Right? We had to go into that.
That was so dumb.
I love that. So dumb. No, Chewbacca speaks fine. I have a speech impediment. Okay, here we go. So, episode 3 is just about flawless, nothing touched. Okay,
sure.
Episode 1, my issue with the pod race, but it's not worth my one wish. The rest of it's fine. Okay, and 2, is pretty much my favorite. 3 really, but 2 is. I would fix the CGI only, just so you guys could see what a masterpiece 2 is. Really, just take George Lucas out of his experimental phase right there during this time, where he thought everything could be on green screen and poorly at times. Fix that up and take away the tick.
In
the field. Those two things right there, I'm good.
OG Revanite, he would make Anakin a lot less creepy with Padme.
Yeah,
reverse that. She's the groomer.
Oh, neither one of them are innocent in that.
He should be aiming up.
Yeah. What does he have to do?
Well done, Annie. What is Padme thinking?
What's up, chat? I go by the Fallen Fett.
Yeah, Chet, check it in.
Yeah.
The pretty faces.
That's me. Is it my turn now?
Yeah, go for it, Ernie.
I would take away the pretty. And what I mean by that is
I understand.
Gotcha.
I got the shots and the the camera
The
that
shine.
it was so bright and everything. It should have been gritty. It should have been shot in an old ass camera or something like ours.
Well,
You know what I mean? I think it would have just even made it different
to make them
Instead,
all
it
kind
was
of match.
yeah, I would love to see them match of the same like look. I get where they were was Richie or the way that it was or the different storytelling, but it was so bright and very and
but there
and
was
it's
a
really
reason
jarring
for
when you
that.
There was
go
a-
in order.
Yeah.
yeah.
Right?
it was though.
Really
But we go to
jarring.
Tatooine, and Tatooine was even brighter.
It was
You know, a lot more sun
crisp.
than what we see there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, just follow the flow of the whole movies, and that would have been cool. Because I really feel that Mando wasn't shot that bright either. It seems like they tried to make it dark.
Oh,
or
yeah.
a little gritty, like not, when they use the volume, it's not like totally you can see the brightness of it or the lines, like that. That's mine is like I think it should have been shot in the same style.
Old
and that's what I see is maybe that would have made it flow a little better for some.
Well, I get it that you're a little taken back going back to the that time frame. When first saw that trailer, right? The episode, the Phantom Menace trailer, and we're all expecting, like, again, that used universe, the Western in space, that grit, oil stains everywhere, like that aesthetic. And then when we said Naboo starfighters, and we say like Naboo itself and the Queen, all these decked out dresses, it wasn't our normal kind of like what we're used to, but like Scott said, it did serve the story. It did. There was a reason why we had more of a cleaner universe and more of a cleaner kind of things going on. But yeah,
the
because
universe
even like
makes sense. It's the filming.
It's like looking at a 57 Chevy and then fast forwarding to a 1970s Pinto, right? I mean that's the difference right there. Bright and shiny to dark and dingy.
I saw it more like a 1980 TV versus a 2000 TV.
Yeah,
the grit, right? You're talking about like the grit, like actual look, like HD versus
the actual look. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like okay, so many people that I talk to at work or anything like grew up with prequels, right? And they love prequels. Anytime I talk about mine, it's that old show,
right.
It looks so old. So more of what Chris is saying, like the 80s TV look compared to your LD, like all of this type of vision and. Like it was so bright and so everything. Like, give it. I understand the placement of everything,
right? It's not the TV novella thing where you got to turn on your frames per second, all that. But it's just It's just so clean.
So as
not the aesthetics, not the building necessarily. That makes sense.
No, it's the look. When you go into 4, you're still watching. You're enthralled by
like the sharpness, almost the sharpness of it.
Yes.
Sharpness
When I talk to so many people, that old show, you like the old ones.
Damn right, we like the old ones.
Yeah. But
like they're all the old ones now.
Yeah, they say. Yeah, they are. Yeah,
classic.
So that's mine. Is the difference in quality, whatever we may call it, but like that. I get the different planets on how everything is, but that look, you do see a difference. I mean, look at when they're all on TNT or TBS.
Right.
It's ours are so dark and don't adjust your TV even more. And then episode 1 comes on out of line, and it's god. Like, I just watched Empire. Right? That's what I'm saying. It's like, oh man. So
that's funny. Yeah.
Well, here, Rick Jones is saying change the last battle of Attack of the Clones to be the entire last half of the film. So because that was only besides a couple. Well, episode 3, there's some final battle.
The whole hunt for Jango that was fun. I did, out of all of the Attack of the Clones, I loved Obi-Wan and Jango and their interplay and the whole discovery of the clones. I thought that was really, really well done. Honestly, my main problem with Attack of the Clones is Anakin and Padme. Like somebody else had said, it just doesn't work for me.
It was a forced relationship that seemed one-sided. It was like totally one-sided, and here's the thing: there's no chemistry between the actors, right? But if you read
he was leading them on
perfect sense, right?
Minutes.
Yeah, but I didn't feel that there was chemistry between those two actors on screen. But again, when we talk about it and everything that means, because that's Anakin's downfall, it's really good. But I agree, it was like hard to like put it in, in your mind frame that this is something that's going to be a detriment to Anakin later on, and you're just going like, these two aren't in love, like they don't see nothing, like,
but in the meantime, and then it shifts from that storyline, which is so hard to watch, to Django and Obi-Wan dueling it out on rain-soaked Camino platforms. It's like, oh god, this is great. So
before they die, I am truly deeply
again,
they were listening to that Savage Garden song whenever they wrote that line, truly madly deeply, or whatever the hell that song is.
I will take out a word.
I will die on my hill, though. On paper, Attack of the Clones is a masterpiece.
Yeah, on
Still
paper
gives us some of the most of the coolest shit ever.
Yeah, it's cool. Yeah. Great Jedi 22 top changes in prequels for me is Anakin not killing kids, capture them, and raise as Inquisitors.
Can he kill a couple of them? You don't need that many Inquisitors.
One or two. Just the one that questions you.
That's right. The first one that speaks.
No. That's really the one where you're like,
on, kids.
That makes him Darth Vader to me, right? Like, you could choke an adult, you can kill a couple people, and you get away with it, right? Like, that's redeemable.
Yeah.
But you start killing a bunch of kids that asked you for help, right? I'm like, man, like, Master Skywalker, thank God you're here.
Without that scene, we wouldn't have Reva, right?
You know what? We should probably really. No, she still would have been an Inquisitor.
Yeah.
No, I like him. I don't like him killing kids. I'm just saying I think that part of his character is pretty rad.
It's gonna get us canceled.
I know.
That's why I wanted to kind of like eliminate most of episode 1 and then get thrust into Anakin's story, because then there's time to marinate him as Darth Vader, that change versus I pledge myself to you, I'm killing kids. It's like, whoa,
man, we
whoa.
always thought we were going to get half of that trilogy as Vader, right? We got 2 minutes at the end.
2 minutes, and it was like that change from like, I understood he was disenfranchised with the Jedi and everything, but it was like, I'm killing kids. I'm going to kill all the the separatists, and now I'm killing my brother. And it's like,
man, I can't wait until Darth Vader kills Darth Maul and takes his place as the apprentice.
Right?
All this stupid shit.
Should have been awesome, right? Yeah,
the trilogy.
The last half hour of the last movie put him in the suit, but otherwise have him be Darth Vader for the rest of Revenge of the Sith, right?
I think that would have been
so cool.
Yeah. You would get more of a feel of that torturous, like
okay. Then let's change our answer. Everybody have Vader in it more.
Speaking of
that really should have been it. Yeah.
Have you guys seen the video going around of Hayden in the Bacta tank for Obi-Wan?
I've seen some. I've seen some behind the scenes of that.
Yeah, there's one now where they show him suited up, how long it took just for those couple of seconds. He did training for 2 weeks. All of it was real. It was all him in there. His time was like 2 minutes, 30 seconds. It was amazing just for that shot. So to know that he was down for it now, like
that's
he would have been then.
Yeah.
Like I get you guys.
That dude's all in right now.
And I love the fact that they used him and not someone else. That's
correct.
For us, continuity is everything. So
that was awesome. But then hearing all that we're saying, I love when we do this, because now, okay, again, like I said, so the Bane thing. Now let's wrap this up, and then this one is, you're right. We don't need a 1. Imagine if we started just right when the Clone Wars is, and they give us a story of the Clone Wars, the crawl, and you hear Obi-Wan's just voice in the background. I fought with your father in the Clone Wars, and then it goes down to them, and he like calls Anakin, and during a fight. Yeah, like I think you're right. That's all we would.
You don't need all the history.
Yeah, no, right into it.
Just go, man.
We don't.
That would have been awesome.
We don't have Obi-Wan's history, right? We don't have his childhood. We don't need it. No. We didn't need Anakin's childhood. We just needed Anakin. There's no reason to go back that far. I get the whole thing about his mom and the attachments, and it starts this whole thing with him and missing loved ones and the whole bit, but. You could have done it differently. It didn't have to be his mom.
That would have been
could have been
the travesty was really his age too, right?
Yes.
I mean,
yes.
He could have had the twins much later in life and made it make more sense.
Which made Sebastian Shaw make more sense.
Right? Obi-Wan and Vader should have been old men.
That's what I'm saying. Like, that age gap and things. Yeah, there was. I mean, we really shit on the prequels.
Yeah. Needed more Vader. Shouldn't have killed Maul in
You've
one.
been hanging around with me too long.
But to be fair, we've been doing this since 1999.
Yeah,
So it's not.
Yeah.
But what we got.
Yeah. No, we're totally cool. I mean, yeah. This is interesting. Rick Jones saying different directors for every episode could change everything. It could.
Yes.
100%. Yeah.
Yes.
It
Or
could,
a producer that could actually pull the strings instead of just being a yes man. Honestly, Rick McCallum was just a yes man in the long run.
Get it? Yeah. Exactly. Let's see. Film.
Joey's in there.
Yeah, film versus digital. Basil. Yeah, 100%.
Absolutely.
The love dialogue was atrocious. Yeah, Cliff. I mean, that was just like. Yeah.
Truly deep.
But on paper, it's great.
I'd be much too afraid to tease a senator. Golly.
Yeah.
The flirting
Basil G removed the no from Revenge of the Sith. Yeah. Franken Vader. Yeah.
It's fine. Removing now, going to what Joey's talked about, the original trilogy, removing the new no that they added at the end of Return of the Jedi. Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Get rid of
that's
that.
Horrible.
There's no reason for that.
Did they not get rid of that?
No, they added that no from Vader at the end of Return of the Jedi.
Oh, I thought they took it away again because they took away the Luke falling scream in Empire.
Yeah.
Thank God.
They took that away, but Vader still says no and takes the Emperor and throws him.
Well, hold on. We might. This is on the. We have this on the next wheel.
It's on the.
I know. Like I know. Like I said, Joey brought up Spice Noodles. Bring back. Yes. Yeah.
What's
that's
up, Joey?
Next wheel. Joey's checking in. Also, we got no one watches Artie. Where were you?
What's up, man?
No one's been watching you. We've been watching you.
We were looking.
So,
let's see,
are we going to spin this thing one more time? What are we thinking?
We're already an hour in, so I think
there's nothing wrong with spinning it one more time.
Go for it.
This is fun conversation.
I'm trying to think. Cliff is saying, "Oh, for the last movie, include a Cinderella fight, stunt double doing Palp's fight." Yeah. Complete with beheading this time.
What is what is Cinderella? What is that? Cinderella fight scene?
I think he was talking. I don't know, Cliff. What is that?
What you talking about, man?
Cliff, translate.
Mooch was trying to decipher it, and then all of a sudden,
I think I understood. I think I understood where he was going with it. Like, that. I hated the Palpatine flip. Also,
yeah,
I don't like it.
All right, here we go. One last time for the evening.
Properly beheading of what's his name, Kit Fisto.
What's this?
Oh, nice.
It's a little deep.
All right, that's a way to end it. That's cool.
Yeah. What is your current, gentlemen? What is your current Star Wars film ranking?
The films. Now, are we just talking episodes or all the films?
We're the 9 episodes.
The 9 episodes.
9
episodes. Yeah.
Leave Solo and
5, 6, 4, 5, 6, 4, 3, 2, 1, 7, 8, 9.
Got it.
5, 6, 4,
right.
3, 2, 1,
5,
7,
6,
8,
4, 3, 2. Okay, so you kept it segregated, original, prequel, sequel.
No, that's my list of it's not. I mean, that's my entire.
But your list segregates.
It just
all of
happens
them
to be that way. Yeah,
yeah.
It just happens to be that way.
all right, that's interesting. How about you, Ernie? What do you think?
5, 4, 6.
Write it down. 5, 4,
5, 4, 6. That's a definite. Mine's gonna be that way too.
Okay. I'm writing it down.
So 5, 4, 6.
Okay.
2, 3, 1.
Okay.
And then we have probably 8, 7, 9.
We put Last Jedi before the other two. All right.
Okay.
Yeah.
9's you and I both have the last. You and I, Bernie, both had the first one and the last one. Like Empire, the greatest, and Rise of Skywalker, the least favorite.
Mine might piss people off. So
Well, I mean, somebody has to be wrong in this 4. So.
That's right.
I know it's last, and it does have just cool moments, but it sucks because all I can say is the cool moments.
Yeah.
From 9, there was a lot of cool moments, but story is,
Hell Runner.
you know.
Yeah. Am I the only one who liked episode? Maybe.
It has moments.
Maybe.
That's what I was just saying. Yeah, it was cool. The whole
Stunning
flipping
moments.
and doing, you know, the saber and then doing the Han, like that was, let's do this, like let's dance.
Yeah.
I mean, that's always a cool moment to me. Like,
Right.
Yeah,
it was weird.
Yeah. I think they were overcorrecting. So anyway,
Too much.
All right, my list, right? Empire, number one, always Empire number one. A New Hope, Return of the Jedi, The Phantom Menace, Revenge of the Sith, The Last Jedi.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Oh yeah, Last Jedi. The Force Awakens, The Rise of Skywalker, and Attack of the Clones. Attack of the Clones is number 9. But it's edging ever so closer to the next to bottom spot, to the number 8 spot, because
This is
the more I
always a
watch
living,
Rise of
breathing
Skywalker.
document. Yeah,
Yeah,
the
the
only
more
way
I
we
watch
can
Rise of
commit-
Skywalker, the more pissed off I get at it. So
Yeah, the only way we can commit to these lists is if we say it's a living, breathing document.
yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Okay, it's Empire, Sith, A New Hope. Okay, so 5, 3, 4.
Okay.
Attack of the Clones, Return of the Jedi, Force Awakens, Phantom
Yeah.
Menace,
That's wrong too.
TLJ, and Rise. Hey man, I sit down and I enjoy the Force Awakens more than I sit down and I enjoy the Phantom Menace.
But
Phantom
Return of
Menace
the
might
Jedi
be-
before, like, I mean, that's where I'm having a problem with
yeah,
the Return of the Jedi list.
That one could flip on a sneeze, dude.
Okay,
you know what I
yeah.
mean? It's like, which one do I want to watch today? Attack or Return? What am I gonna do? It's Return looks better, actually. You know, Return looks better than Attack of the Clones.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But Attack of the Clones has cool shit, guys. I'm telling you. It's just more fun to watch.
I
Real
like
quick, real quick.
Yeah.
Yes, we need everybody in the pit to start putting yours. How have we not
Yeah.
seen the Sarlachians picks yet? Come on.
Yep.
What's up, Dig Six?
I'll get to them in a sec because Hell Runner's really giving me an aneurysm here. I'm just kidding.
Oh no!
Everybody has their
Oh my God!
full disclosure.
Base.
Everybody.
Whoa!
Yeah.
How
I'm trying.
How did Hell Runner Base get canceled from our show?
I'm trying. I'm
there,
trying
now
to
he's
be like
gone.
very like,
Hey,
hey, everybody has their
Everybody's got
opinion.
a thing. I mean, some people like feet, some people I don't know, but
Like I said, I'm trying to be very like
Whoa.
PR with this, and then everybody's like, "Whoa, dude!" That's...
well, you're gonna go point it out, man.
I am. I'm gonna highlight it here in a minute.
I'm gonna miss Hell Runner Base. He used to bring up such good things. I don't know what
Is he doing
happened
it
to that guy. He was
backwards
just-
like an anime book? What's
Yeah.
he doing?
Maybe.
Like,
He was in the anime, right?
like he's got 3 and 5 on this opposite ends of the spectrum.
Yeah,
Like they should be touching
I mean,
at all times.
6, 4, 5. What generation are you from, Hell Runner? I just put that in. Are you? Because
Serious?
that might be.
My kids would be close to that.
No, but he said
Yeah.
that might be why.
Could be.
I think.
Yeah,
I
could be.
think.
Chris, did you give
agree.
your whole list, or did you?
No, he was finished.
Because I blacked out when you put taco.
Yeah,
over
no, I
Return,
did.
but yeah.
I did. 5,
Oh, you
3,
did?
4, 2, 6, 7, 1, 8, 9. I think you just blacked out.
Yeah.
So we went Force Awakens 7, Phantom Menace down there. Force Awakens, Phantom Menace, The Last Jedi, and Rise. And
Okay.
I don't hate any. Rise of Skywalker is the closest thing I have to disliking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Last Jedi I don't hate. I like Luke's arc.
And it's
too.
you know
I
what?
do too.
It's still like pizza, right? Even pizza that's not the greatest is still pizza. You know, you're still gonna enjoy a slice of pizza, right?
Yeah.
So it all works. It's all good, man. Except for Hell Runner. I mean, he's completely wrong. But you know,
Well-
other than that,
But he's a
Hell Runner?
90s kid though, so he's cool. So I mean,
Yeah,
you know,
okay.
it's
all right.
it
90s
makes,
kid. That means you grew
3,
up
2,
with the
1 makes
prequels.
complete sense.
Yeah, like I said, you
Right.
grew up with the prequels. There's
Yeah.
a lot.
Totally got
Like
it.
we've talked to 1313 podcast. They're in the same boat where they don't.
Yeah.
The original trilogy doesn't speak to them. It really does. But the
My kids either.
Clone Wars and
None of them.
We're told.
So
Yeah.
Hell Runner got 3, 2, 1, 7, 8, 9. I mean, he's even putting the sequels ahead of the original trilogy. Again, to each his own. And then
Ouch.
6, 5. The meeting
Oh.
Empire is his least favorite.
I,
We live different lives, don't we?
Yeah, we do.
No, it's all good, man. I swear, everybody. Star Wars is personal to everybody,
We're
and
still
that's why we love
friends.
it. So, oh yeah.
That's right. That's right.
Let's
Let's see. Who haven't we heard from yet?
see. No one. Oh, wait. Before I get to that one, Diggs Figs. Hey, it was great to meet him too. This last weekend, it was awesome. He has 5, 4, 6. Great start.
All
Great
right.
start.
Yep. Perfect.
8 Rogue One solo.
Whoa.
He put those two, and 7, 9, 3, 2, 1. So the prequels at the
Wow.
tail end,
Wow.
sequels in the middle, and OT in the beginning. Interesting.
All right.
Yeah,
interesting.
again, 3 and 5
Alright.
not touching, which is amazing to me. 'Cause I just feel like the darker ones are the,
It was great seeing you this weekend too, Dick Six.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
I think I'm glad I didn't meet some of these people.
No.
Wow.
So no one watches already either didn't watch the sequels or he just refuses to put them on air.
They don't count. Period.
Yep.
You wanna rank
5.
them.
So this is decent. 4,
Yeah.
5, 3, 6, 2, 1. Yeah.
That's pretty
because
close
3
to
and 6, I
mine.
understand Return
Yeah.
and Revenge of the Sith. I understand those two right neck to neck, right? But for me, Return of the Jedi is like very personal. It's very,
Yeah.
it's so good.
Dick Figs, we do have a disclaimer all the time running that the views of Chris do not reflect those of the Sarlacc Digest. So, just so you know, okay?
Very open.
I still
about
love
that.
you. Yes.
Yeah.
Very,
Yeah.
very open. I'm a rogue. Got a loose cannon in here.
Yeah. Matt
What's up,
Logic.
Matt?
We got 4, 6, 5. Great. 1, 8, 2. So again, Last Jedi up in there in the middle round. And then 7, 3, 9.
He's always
Three's
great.
that
You're not a
late,
very
huh?
biased reporter. You're like, great. I love your.
Oh no, I'm very biased. Yeah. I'm very biased. Yeah. Because there's there's the list and then there's everybody's opinion. So it's like
I gave you my list.
Oh, God.
Gavin Connor is 5, 4, 6. See, and then 7, 8, and then it fell off from him 9th, and then 1, 2. No 3, huh? Or just
Well,
3?
no, he added 3 later.
did.
He put let me see what he
Gavin
put.
Edwards.
3 before 1. So 5,
Okay.
4, 6, 7, 8, 3, 1, 2, 9.
9. Okay.
Yeah.
Not a
All right.
prequel lover.
Basil, let's see. Basil 4, 6, 4, 5. 5,
Way
4,
to go,
6.
Basil.
Yeah, way to go. You got the original
hey,
trilogy
got the
up
right
front.
answer from Mooch. Yay.
Got the right trilogy up front. 1, 2, 3. Again, you got the sequels right there. And 7, 8, 9. Yeah, right. I mean, come on. This guy knows Star Wars.
And Rogue One beats
And
them
Rogue
all.
One beats all. I agree. Rogue One beats everything after Empire and Return and New Hope.
I say take away a couple of beats on Rogue One, and it's
Never. What
it's
beats?
Andor. No, I'm just saying it's wonderful.
And
'cause
Andor is
oh,
fantastic. It's A++.
Andor is good. Fantastic. So
Next one. Next one up. We've got Dr. Brantley. 5, 6, 4.
Rogue One,
One.
3, 2, 1, 8, 7. So I had to take it back.
see.
Solo's better than that.
Hey, I was gonna say when you all
Yeah.
throw Solo in there, I'm gonna argue with you because I think Solo's right in the middle.
I like
Yeah.
Solo.
Solo's really good.
I don't know.
like Solo.
I don't know. I might put Solo in the back end of that if I had to throw it in.
Just
there,
because
but
it's not important.
It's fun. It's yeah, maybe because it's a fun ride. It's a fun movie. Everything else is
adventure.
kind of like, this is episodic.
That and
Stuff.
Solo. Who are your people?
What? Huh?
That part, take that out. I would change that when they name
Yeah.
them,
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah. Okay. Took me a second to catch on to what you were saying.
that
there.
nonsense.
Gotcha.
Yeah, take that piece out and the rest of the films.
Yeah, Hell Runner justifying. Yeah, you saw 1, 2, and 3 before even saw original trilogy. Yeah, I don't know if the original trilogy holds up to younger viewers. You know what I mean? To us, it's
I
it's
doubt it.
everything.
I've watched
Yeah.
it. Like I said, my kids are 24 and 21, or 23 and 20, whatever. They're going to be
Mhm.
whatever. Anyway,
Yeah.
when they watch it, once they hit 3 to 4, if we're doing a marathon or something, they're like, "Nah, this
Yeah.
isn't gonna cut it." They told me,
Oh, man.
this is way bad.
I would never go to a
down.
party with if they
Slow.
don't have it.
You watch the prequels and then you watch Rogue One and then it's just full on slam on the brakes with episode 4. It really
Yeah.
is. It's
Yeah,
it's jarring how the difference in tone, right?
and they were just
but-
slapping lightsabers.
It doesn't matter. It's still, to me, it's still the
Oh,
holy
I get it.
trilogy,
The story one,
right?
right, exactly. Right.
Yeah. As I
Yeah.
said, it's the calm before the The real Storm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cliff, he says even Book of Boba Fett has fans or fan. There's one right there. There's one right there.
I'm a fan of some pieces.
Moments. Yeah.
Let's see.
The
Cliff
best
has
thing on
his list.
Disney Plus.
Cliff is 5, 4, 5, 6, 3, 2, 1, 7, 8, 9. Pretty close to mine. Pretty close. I mean, pretty damn close.
The parentheses, if he must.
Yeah. That's very true.
Let me see.
Wow,
Oh,
Dr.
Dr.
Bentley. The holiday special goes before episode 9 on my list. Hey. Yeah.
We need
The
some
Lego
of these,
movies do.
we need some of these younglings up in here who are going to call us crazy because they grew up with 7, 8, 9.
They do.
I mean,
like I said,
we
a lot
are-
of people think the original
we are
trilogy is
gonna be-
boring. You know.
Yeah, we are going to be getting to that point of here pretty
Yeah.
soon of them
Got
like,
him in here.
7,
Yeah.
8, 9 is the greatest.
Some bitch had
7,
5
8,
at the end.
Yeah.
I'm like, what are you doing?
Wow.
Like, that's my whole life right there. I was like,
It is. Yeah.
talking about.
I know. Obi-Wan Chingones, 3, 2, 1.
What's up,
Prequels
boo?
first. 5, 6. Rogue One. 1, 7, 4, 8, 9.
4, 8, 9. Wow.
Wow. Put A New Hope way down there. Wow.
Mhm.
You
All
know
right.
what? It's just so interesting to see that. Like it really is, because we're not all cookie cutter and we all have different views of how Star Wars is and what it like. And a lot of it's the times that we all grew up in
Yeah.
and what we
Yeah.
had. And like for the longest time, Chris, what we say, we had 3 movies forever. We never thought we were going to get anything above 3 movies. So that's why like we put so much emphasis on Luke staring off of the twin suns, and blowing up the Death Star and all
And
that.
I'm sure when people look at it, they're seeing eyeballs through masks. They're seeing the texture on Vader's helmet and stuff. They're seeing things that aren't quite,
The DIY
Like
of the
used to.
original
Yeah,
of
which-
A New Hope, right?
which was cool to us and groundbreaking and change. All this stuff was neat because nobody else, it was new. Everything was
Yeah,
cool. Every time we saw Star Wars, it was new. So
Yeah,
I
exactly.
don't know. It's just
No.
we're jaded now. Everything looks rad. So
Yeah, of course. You throw an X-wing on there, we're gonna lose our crap. So I put the Ewok movies before the sequels. The first Ewok movie still holds up. The second one, not so much.
Man,
Not
the
so much.
second one,
Wicked speaking
starts
English.
off. Yeah, but the
Yeah, it's
second one
grim,
starts
right?
off with, I'm like murdering family. I'm like, what the hell?
They never got off the
Yeah.
planet alive. Only Sindel is alive. It's like, and
What
Wicked
am I
speaks English.
watching?
And it just tanks like immediately after.
It's
that.
bad.
It's
Yeah.
just, bad.
I hope we get her in a cameo.
That'd be crazy.
I mean, it would be in the time frame of the Mandalorian. I mean, like, because you can just put like Wicket speaking English, and it was after Return of the Jedi.
Skeleton Crew would be the perfect time.
Oh,
Come on, if don't get me. See, if they
Yeah.
knew what they were
Set
doing,
everybody up for failure.
Sorry.
if they're doing Captain EO stuff, then they should put a Sindel in there.
She's the mayor. She's the mayor of Pasadena.
Yeah, maybe
In-
she's
in
one of
Skeleton
the.
Crew.
Yeah, let's go.
And she's got Wilford Brimley with her. He's talking about his diabetes, and it's it's,
He's the one who opens the door and lets them out, and you just hear the voice. Now, kids, be safe, and you just know you're.
Yeah.
It's him. He has a very distinct voice.
Obi-Wan Kenobi, welcome.
What's
Grew
up?
up with the original trilogy, but my boys made me love the prequels. Yeah. My son was born in 1999. Pretty much 3 days after Phantom Menace came out, he was born. And he loves the prequels, but he also loves the original trilogy. Like he's all about Empire as being number one because hey, so but he does have an affinity for it,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Gordon Skulski, she could be the head of the HOA.
trying to open a door, like, hey, did you left these keys? Did you change the locks?
Oh my gosh, that was fun. I love
Yeah.
to we could spin the wheel all day. Oh
Yeah,
my
I'm sure
goodness.
that between now and Skeleton Crew, or now between thing, we'll have this wheel, and we'll have some more subjects on there. And of course, if anybody has suggestions, let us know to put things on the wheel. And we'll do this. We'll definitely do this again because it's always fun to revisit some things and reinforce our love for Star Wars. It's really what it really does, especially when you start breaking down like that. Like our list, right? It's like it really kind of reinforced. Okay, boom, this is what I'm doing, not what the current state of what people are doing out there right now. thinking that it's all dead. Obviously,
Right.
how we talked about today and what was going on, Star Wars is definitely not dead. And
we need a reminder sometimes because everything else is nasty.
We
out
do.
there about
We need
it,
to revisit.
right? And
You
a lot
know,
of fighting
like,
going on still about everything.
Yeah.
So doing a fun show to remind ourselves why Star Wars.
100%. Yeah,
you
you
know?
revisit that stuff. Yeah, man. Because again, there's no such thing as Star Wars being dead when you have those lists. Like you have that list and go watch it and just be like, huh, this is great.
We were already talking about Star Wars for 40 years.
Right.
You know, it's not like we needed all this other stuff to talk about.
Right.
So.
Right.
So our Shadow Council members that we've got right now, we've got Gavin Connor, we've got Obi-Sean Kenobi, we've got Cliff in there. We've got a whole bunch of you in here right now. Log on to your Patreon account. There's a question out there. What kind of topics would you like to see on a future wheel spin? We'll add your topics and you become part of the show, right? We'll give you full credit for all your ideas too. So go ahead and pop into the Patreon account and let us know what you'd like to see on the wheel.
Cool beans. Well, with that, I think we're done. Thank you, everybody in the pit. Like, subscribe, tell a friend, of course, before I kick it over to Ernie here. This was a lot of fun, much needed on a Wednesday night to wrap up your Wednesday night of entertainment. I'm glad to be here for you guys. Ernie, take us out of here.
Yeah, thank you very much for everybody jumping in the pit tonight. It's always fun. And also for interacting. You know, it's we're a very diverse crew here, so there is no wrong answers. So don't be scared to ever jump in there.
I'm kidding.
Oh, there was one very wrong answer in there.
The views of Chris are not affiliated with the Sarlacc Digest.
I'll runner.
So
I
we
swear.
always need to say that. But we do thank you guys for being here. If you are new here, hit that thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell for notifications, and hit all so you don't miss when we're on, like Mondays and Wednesdays, along with tons of reviews and lots of other stuff to go over. Trust me, there's tons of old content for you to fill up a whole month's worth of Star Wars watch. If you like talking Star Wars all the time, be sure and join our brand new Discord. It's always jumping off over there, or our Facebook page. Check out TikTok, Twitter, and Instagram, which we are on. We're on all socials as well. Or you can check out all our individual pages. Be sure and also check out Tashi Station Emporium, tonight's sponsor. Thank you. Brand new sponsor to the show. They do figure stands. Yeah, they're really
look at this. Oh my god,
really hopping
it's
over
incredible.
There. Yeah,
I know that, dude.
The Grand Inquisitor. He only stands on the Tashi Station Emporium stand. It's amazing.
And that's it. Yeah. Go subscribe. Hit the link is under there as well, too, for Tashi Station Emporium YouTube. Had a show with Damien on there, too. And it was a good one. It was really good.
I'm trying to grow the Tashi Station channel up. So go over there.
Please.
Just
turn
go there
on.
and hit like everything, subscribe everything. You don't have to listen.
And turn it on and leave it on in the background.
I try to make it
because it's entertaining as hell. It's really informative.
If
for 3D
thank
printers.
Thank you.
Tashi Station Emporium and D Blake Makes. Good show.
Yeah.
Good
If
show.
you're interested in the process itself or looking to get into stuff to make your collections even better, it's a channel I'm trying to grow to. Like you get information plus adding to our hobby itself. But thank you, Alex. Thank you so much with that. That's thank you.
I'll send you your
chicken pork
Alex.
adobo also, which is a great name too.
Nice.
Also
CPA.
CPA. Gavin Carter, super fun episode. Thanks, guys. Always worth being extra tired tomorrow. Good night. Good night, Gavin.
Good night, buddy.
Yeah. On that, good night.
Yeah. And
I'm going to Octo, guys.
Right. Good night.
I'm going to go to Octo. I'm going to go see if I can find Jedi Master Luke Skywalker. I hear he's hanging out with porgs and stuff. I'm going to go try and give him his lightsaber back and see, how he takes it.
Yeah. Throw it back at him. So you don't throw this away, jerk.
What are you doing? Yes.
I'm going to be recording my adventures on Octo. So you can look forward to a video from that whenever I get back in 2 weeks. So
cool beans.
Yay.
Have fun. Happy birthday.
Thank you.
Don't drink the green milk or drink it. I mean,
at least don't drink it directly from the source.
When in Rome.
Why not? Yeah.
But you're not going to Rome.
I'm already wondering, you going to have everything on video? That's cool. All right. Eat the green milk. Yeah. Same for the Shadow Council.
Yeah.
That's the special. That's my OnlyFans account. Drinking the green milk.
Check it out.
Well, with that, Scott,
keep it nerdy, everybody. Bye-bye.
This is Grand Admiral Thrawn. You are listening to the Sarlacc Digest. was a fascinating play on words.